Alright guys, my name is Rocky, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a world tour of the survival world that I played on for many months during the first lockdown. So we're going to start here at my spawn area. We have a nice little floor made with my riches, and we have all these enchanted statues right here which look really cool. I didn't actually craft all of these armors and tools. I actually got these from end busting, so it didn't actually take many resources to do. So that's our spawn point right there in the middle of those 4 blocks, and this is the first village that I went to when I started playing on this world. It's really close to spawn, it's really quite nice and easy to get to, and that got me started for the first few Minecraft days. And this here is my house, and this is my storage section here, and we have an ender chest and our enchanting table set up here, a bit of nether water farming over here, an anvil, some furnaces. Now upstairs I had villagers up here for book trades, for mending villagers, and for efficiency 5, looting 3, stuff like that. And on the 3rd floor I have a double beacon with some statues of some mobs here. So we've got a skeleton statue, a wither skeleton statue, a zombie statue, and my personal favourite, a creeper statue here as well. Downstairs we've got my automatic potion brewing machine. So this, for the longest time, was my amazing source of XP. It was a kelp 0-tick farming XP farm. It no longer works in 1.18, which is quite a shame because it's how I got to level 217. This next part was a 0-tick sugarcane farm that turned the sugarcane into bone meal. So it was a bone meal farm, but again, no longer works, as you can see, in this version of Minecraft. Over here, I had an axolotl in here, but he despawned apparently. And here we just have a carrot farm because I live off golden carrots. This is just the redstone that I haven't covered up for the potion machine. I do apologise, by the way, that I do have a cold. It probably sounds a bit annoying in the video, but we're just going to have to bear with me for the time being. So these are my cats and my 2 parrots. And then if we go outside, oh, there's a lot of mobs here. We currently have some copper aging. So in this lovely building here we have my super smelter. It's a pretty simple build design. I like the wheat on the edges just to give it a bit more texture. So when we go inside we have a double lane super smelter. It's got blast furnaces on both sides, and that will get all of my copper or iron or gold or anything smelted up super quickly. And then we have my quad beacon set up here. This took a while to make actually. This took about 2 hours to fully make. It is hollow on the inside, but that's not important. So we've got a full gold beacon, a full emerald beacon, full iron beacon, and almost a full diamond beacon. We need to still get the last layer for that, which we can maybe do in a future video. I added these chorus plants because I think they look quite cool with the end stone. And then over here we have what used to be our villager trading hall. It's the same sort of build design as the smelter over there. I actually built this one first, and this took about 4 hours to build. This is the only building to this day actually that I built in a creative world first to test the design for it, because I really wanted this to look quite cool. So inside this building I had about 12 villagers, and for some reason I think a raid spawned in here when I started a raid and it killed off most of them. But we have still our Fortune 3 trade, our Looting 3 trade, and our Depth Strider 3 trade. We have all the workstations here. We have a bunch of books that I trade for emeralds. And upstairs we have another villager here that I would trade. I would buy bookshelves, and then I could break those bookshelves into books and sell the books for emeralds. I have a bunch of storage up here which I'm never going to end up using because, well, I don't have enough villagers to trade for that much stock. Next, we have my very interesting Nether Portal design. I've got my dragon egg on the roof of it because I didn't know where else to put it. This portal took me about an hour to make, just following the design from a picture that I found. I really like this design. I've got this black carpet here so no mobs can spawn in it as well. The next place I'm going to go to is my turtle farm area. It doesn't really work, and I didn't actually end up getting any scoots in here. So that's a bit upsetting, but this took me about 2 hours to make because I couldn't get the design right for it. and I had to build all of this glass wall here. The next thing I'm going to go to is this gold farm that I made. It is an overworld based gold farm, as you can see here. I flick this lever and it turns on and off the portal, and it should spawn zombie pigmen. As you can see, there are a few just spawned there, and they get funneled down here and into this trident killing chamber, where they all get killed and I get lots of XP. The drops then all come down here. This drops all of the unstackable items into lava, and we have our sorting system for all the gold nuggets into here, all the gold ingots into here, and all of the rotten flesh into here. We have lava here, so we can throw out the excess flesh as well. The next area I want to show you guys is my creeper farm, and it also works via a trident killing chamber. It kills the creepers that spawn on the platforms above. They fall down here, die to the trident, and all of the gunpowder will go into this chest. It's empty at the moment because I actually emptied it out to make some more rockets the other day. But that is how the creeper farm works. This creeper farm took me about 6 hours to make because I'd never really made a creeper farm before. But this is the creeper farm. You can see it's got buttons to reduce spawns of spiders and the trapdoors, so that the creepers can only spawn and no other mobs instead. Over here now is my bee farm. I quite like this design actually, with the stripped logs and the sandstone. I think it goes quite nicely together. We have the honeycomb floor, which is quite nice. We've got all our bees down here, and hopefully we have a bit of honeycomb. Yeah, perfect. So the honeycomb all gets sheared from the beehives that you can see are along the sides there. And this minecart hopper picks all of them up and deposits them into this chest. And the last thing to show you on this area is this project I started over here. I decided, for no apparent reason, that I wanted to dig out a full chunk, and it is a slime chunk, which is a bit annoying because I have enough slime from a different project, which I will show you in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to go into the nether now, and I have a bunch of different ways to go in here. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is my fortress farm. So as you can see, we have spawn proofed a lot of this area with slabs, and we've torched off this blaze spawner. So how this works, again, it uses a trident killer. So the things will spawn up here and get pushed off by the glass blocks, get killed by the trident killer, and all the drops will go down into here. But yeah, that is the spawner farm, and it is how I got all my wither skulls for all of my beacons that you saw in the overworld portion of this world. Down here I have my netherite farm, or not farm, but where I've been mining for netherite, and I have mined out quite a bit, as you can see here. A lot of places dug out with TNT looking for debris, and I've spent a long time doing this. I've spent maybe 8 or 9 hours total on this world mining for netherite with TNT. And then over here is the hand mined section, just with my pickaxe. The next area I'm going to show you guys is my iron farm. It is currently out of use at the moment because some of the villagers despawned. So here is my iron farm. We have all the villagers in the pods here, and iron golems will spawn and get killed by the lava, and their drops will be taken into this chest here. Next to the iron farm we have a villager breeder and a lovely bridge that I started to build to transport these villagers. This one didn't want to comply with what I wanted it to do, so apparently he's just going to stay there. And over this way we have a villager curing station. So how this works is he goes down there and he converts the villager. Then we lift him away, splash him with weakness, and feed him the golden apple. And I would do that over and over again until I had them at one stick per emerald. And the idea was to fill up all of these, and it would just be another quick source of income. So that is this area over here. If we go over this way, we have my mining desert, where I needed to get a lot of sand for a project that, if you're following my Instagram account, you would have seen a long time ago when I was making it. So this is the desert that I demolished completely and utterly. This got me about 30 shulkers of sand and took way too long to dig out. Every time I got a cactus, I would stick it on this cactus up here, and it's ridiculously big now. You might be saying, oh, Rocky, there's still some sand here, but obviously I'm not going to mine the sand that is on the edges, because then the water will flow in. I'm going to take this iron. Probably have no use for it. Oh. Well, that's nice. I didn't actually know that. Have I seen this before? There's no chest, so well, that's a nice surprise. This one up here, I don't actually have a boat on it at the moment, but this takes me about 1,000 blocks that way to a area of the world that I wanted to be able to access 1.17 blocks, like more copper and stuff. This one takes me to my stronghold, so let's go and see my end. Honestly, these iceboat paths just make going everywhere in this world so much easier. And we have a map on the floor of my end at the moment. I built these rings because I felt like it would look cool on the map. I surrounded the spawn platform in purple concrete just to make it stand out a bit more. And we have my ender farm over here. Sorry, my enderman farm. All this blue is water so that the enderman can't get out. And the endermite despawned in this farm, so it's not currently functional, but I do plan on fixing that in the future. We can go through and I'll show you. I have killed the dragon 20 times to get all of these gateways. This is the spawning platform for my enderman farm. The endermite would usually go in here. They would fall down and I would be able to kill them down there. Back over here then, I have a wither killer. However, before we look at the wither killer, we're going to look at the first wither fight I ever had. I didn't actually record it, which is a shame, because it was when I still played this world on my Xbox. But you can see all the dents in the floor from where the wither has been shooting his projectiles. This was actually the first time in my life, actually, that I have beat a wither legit in Minecraft without, in Bedrock Minecraft, sorry, without like cheesing it or using loads of iron golems or anything. But yeah, this is where I got all my beacons from. I killed the wither the first time and it took a long time. Oh, hello. So how this works is you go down here and you spawn the wither in this platform here. You make sure not to touch it because you can actually knock it loose from the system and it can get loose. That is actually how I had to fight the wither the first time. Is I tried to spawn it here, I started hitting it and it got loose, which was very scary. And then the drops come down here. You get this coal and bones from the wither skeletons that is spawned. Back up this ladder and we can go back through the portal. And the next area to show you guys is the project that I've mentioned a few times in this video already. So if you're following my Instagram, which I will link in the description, go follow it. You would have already seen me making this project. You would have seen me in progress making it. It took me a long time, this project. It took me about 95 hours over the course of 7 months during the first lockdown. And it's where all the sand came from, or it's where I needed all the sand for. It's what I needed all the grass for. Yeah. Without further ado, I'm going to go through the portal and show you guys. So this is the project I made. I can't actually remember how big the radius of the circle is, but we can work it out. So 140 blocks, or 139. That is a lot bigger than I remember it being. So we drained out this whole area. We've drained out inside as well. We had a temporary super smelter before I built the one at home. A temporary wool farm as well. so that I could get all the wool for these custom cherry blossom trees that I made. And each one of these trees took about half an hour. Every single one of these custom built trees took me about half an hour to make. And took a lot of resources. We can see I have a lot of wood still left over. Loads of pink wool and stuff. Glass. All the prismarine that I got from taking out the inside walls of the monument. And all of these chests are filled with sand and gravel, which is a lot of a lot of stuff. So I also made this custom mountain over here with this nice 2-layered waterfall, which I really like, which leads into these 2 lakes that I also made myself. And we have a fish that I named down here somewhere. See if we can find him. There's a fish called George. I think this is him. George the First. There we go. And every time I see a tropical fish on my adventures, I make sure to take it in my bucket so that I can bring them over here. So these are the trees a bit closer up. You can see they don't look like they would have taken too long, but I tried to make all of them unique, and none of these 2 trees are exactly the same. They are all unique and different from each other, which is really nice. I liked the idea of changing some of the blocks for copper as well, because this final oxidized version looks very similar and goes very well with the prismarine, which I really like. So having this gradient on the archways I think looks really cool. We have a conduit on each of the 4 corners. And yeah, let's take a lot of glass as well for these walls. But this is the project that I worked on for ages during the first lockdown, and I'm really happy with it. I still kind of want to add a bit more, if I'm honest. I want to add maybe some copper gradients on the legs of the monument, maybe add something better inside the monument, I don't know. But yeah, that is this amazing project that I worked on. Down here we also have a zoglin. For some reason we just managed to get a zoglin, so I decided to keep him. I haven't actually named him yet, so if any of you guys have a suggestion for a name, let me know. And that is about it in this world at the moment. As it stands, I haven't got anything else to show off to you guys. Now that is all I have to show you guys in this world for now. I do plan on making some more stuff in this world, which maybe I can do in some future videos. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy watching, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.